Iron Trader, it is Thursday morning. So I'm going to take a look here at Bitcoin, at crude oil, and at natural gas. Now remember, the PPI report will be out today at 8:30, and that could be a good market mover. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, only stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Bitcoin, your daily chart. Let me bigger up a little bit here for you. Okay, nicely. Now remember, first thing here out the docket here is that PPI report will be out here today at 8:30. Now the CPI report yesterday made a good market move there to the upside. It didn't look like it was going to hold it, but the Nasdaq was rallying up there pretty nice all day. So we got to see if we can get some confirmation here from the producers here now to see how the direction of this inflation is going. But also keep your eye on any kind of these tariffs which are going back and forth, back and forth. Once that gets out of there, out of the system here, a lot of that noise will be taken care of here. The markets do not like that uncertainty that comes with it. Okay, but eventually I think that'll calm down. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Now, you can see here, we had to sell off right from the 21-day all the way on down here, but we held this 200-day very, very nicely. This is why we trade the charts, okay? Then, yesterday we had this a little bit higher high, but we're holding the top of that candle, which is good. Same way it would here. Now, okay, now yesterday we had this high of 84,650. Yesterday we had that high of, today so far we had high of 84,550, okay? So, just a little bit below here. But what we're really looking for is this 8 SMA here. Okay, this is going to be key. Now you can see here how the 8-day crossed over here, but it looks like it might want to flatten out here. If we can get that price above it, then we can shoot for that 21-day, possibly right up higher. So this is what we're watching today is at 85,573. We need to get and close above it. That's the key. Okay, if we can. Then we'll come look at the top bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 86,750. We'll look at the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 88,155. And then here's the big boy right there is at 89,960. There's your 21 SMA here, okay? So that would be your next level. Now that's going to be very, very strong as you can see, okay? See how it went right up into it? Right up into it, right up into it, okay? So that's going to be very, very strong. Again, if somehow it can get some kind of a catalyst, then you can get that 91,615, and then we're looking for that 95,449, that 50 SMA, and obviously your retest up here at 99,695 level, okay? But look, we got to see how this is all going to shake out here for the old day. Okay, so on the downside here, what we're watching is obviously we're going to watch today's low. Okay, so you're looking at 82,575 level here. Okay, which lines up very, very nicely here with the bottom of these candles. Okay, and then we're looking at the bottom of this candle here, looking at 87.40. And then we come over to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 78,675 level. But realistically, the key is going to be right there. It's going to be that 77,160, that 200 simple moving average. That's what we're trading against, that 200-day up and the 8-day on top. So we have this range going here. So we got to see which way it could break on up here. Okay. But just remember, when it gets up to that 21-day, don't say, oh, it's going to go run up here. It might. But again, look how strong that 21 simple moving average is. Okay. So you got to always pay attention to that, these simple moving averages here, because these are your key support levels and resistant levels, okay? Now, on the downside here, just watch that 77,160. That's going to be very, very critical. Now, we filled this gap up here, which is very, very nicely, but I just want to show you here. If that 200-day there is lost here, then we just come right to the top of this candle here, that 74,485 level, and then we just follow these candles here, okay? So you got 72,360 level here. We have 70,825 level. Then we can come down here to your 69 level, and then all these tops here, 67,135, and so on, okay? So because as these break on out here, it comes on down, those breakouts, then that becomes very, very good support. This is why we use the price channels here, okay? See how nice and easy that is then? Then all we have to do is look at the top of those price channels. That'll be your support levels. But again, all we have to do here, the key is going to be hold that 200-day, and we can have some sideways action. Upside, it's just that 8-day. That's going to be the key. Now, easy way I trade this, IBIT for the long, BIT for the short. And I think it's working out very, very nicely. Now, we had this positive divergence, I should say, not negative, positive diversion. You can see where the green turned blue like there. That got into oversold territory, but you notice that it didn't on this, and we made a lower low situation, okay? So a little bit of positive divergence going on there very, very nicely. And we're really into, just sideways action here. So what I like about this is we're riding the bottom like we did here. So anytime we get some kind of a catalyst, this has so much room to run, just like we had here, and look at that big run up that we had all the way on up here. Okay, so this is looking at as a very, very good chart as long as that 200 simple moving average 77 160 holds. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have crude oil, here we have natural gas. Now remember, natural gas, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30. Okay, now crude oil here, we're trading in this range. Okay, so we got that 65.22. We put this nice double bottom situation in here. Okay, but on the upside here, this is the levels that we're watching. Okay, we're watching right there, that 68.22 level. That's going to be very, very critical. Okay, now if we can get above that, then we can come up to here. You're looking at 68.56 level, and then we come to the bottom of this candle right there. You're looking at 69.14. But this is going to be the killer right there. Is that 69.18? Those 21 days. Very, very crucial. Okay, and I'll show you again how I went right into it. Okay, didn't quite get there, went right into it, and then it just can't get above it. Okay, just like this 8 SMA here, how strong that was. Okay, so now we're above it. So what you want to watch on the downside is that 8 day 66.91 on a closing basis. That's going to be very, very critical. If that is lost here, we'll come right to the bottom of this candle here, 66.15 level. We had a nice double bottom situation with that candle and that candle. And then we look here to the bottom of this candle at 65.80. It will come here at 65.59 and 65.22. That is your big, big support level. Okay, if you lose that, then you're going to go 64.36. 63, 64, 62, 60, and possibly 57 level. Okay, so now 41 here, that could go either way. The green is trying to curl up here. If we can get a crossover on that, that shows good momentum to the upside. Now, again, if this does rally up here, this is the key level. Just watch that 69.18. That's going to be still very, very crucial. But even if it does get to there, you're still, if you just draw a trend line down here, you still basically have a downtrending chart going on. Okay, unless we can start rising above all these simple moving average and clear actually above that 200 day, then we can reverse that pattern. But right now we have a downtrending pattern situation. Okay, so for today, this is what we're trading: is that 8 day on the bottom. We lose that, then we might go to the 65.22 level. Okay, that would be your target. If we go onto the upside, right here is that 69.18 level. Okay, so you're going to be trading this range, but watch the top of this candle. Very, very key, because you have this sideways action here now for 7 days. Okay, so just watch this sideways action. If we get above it, then there's your target. You get above that, there's your target. Above that, there's your target, and on and on. Okay, but let's just see how this all shakes out. We could just have some sideways action here until we can get that 8 day to curl right on out. Okay, natural gas here. Again, that EIA report will be out there at 10:30, so you want to keep your eye. A lot of times it's been a good market mover. Now, you can see here we put that big topping tail, old pencil neck up here, and then we came all the way down here yesterday, and we closed below that 21 day. Now that 21 day is going to be resistance. You can see where we made a little bit lower low today, but now we're going to be looking here at that 21-day simple moving average. But always respect that, because just like we had here, the sell up came right on down, held it, and then rallied right on up. So just because we went just a little bit below that, that doesn't mean that can't cross that 21-day and head for that 8 day. Okay, so watch this 21-day today. If you're trading this 4.10, then watch this bottom of this candle here. That's 4.42, and then we're going to be watching right there is that 4.30. Okay, right at the bottom of there, 4.13, I should say, and then right there at that 4.30. That's going to be very, very key here now, is that 8 simple moving average. Okay, so now it has not rolled over here yet. Okay, it's trying to, but that doesn't mean it just like this tried to roll over, and then she just ran right back up. Now, if we can get above that 4.3, then we're looking right there at that 4.37. Then we just follow it all the way up, 4.2, 4.44, 4.7, 4.55, and there's your big retest up there. Okay, but you have to be a little bit patient here with netting. I think natural gas is going to be a very, very good trade this year. But as I say, it also is a nice, good two-way trade. Okay, so UNG I trade for the long, KOLD for the short, and working out very, very nicely. When you see a topping tail like this here, you want to get sure that you get short, kind of a situation. Now, I don't hold this overnight, but this was just a nice short down there, and then take it off, and there's a nice short again, and then yesterday was a really nice short again. Okay, because you never know. You get up in the morning, this could be up at 490. You know, who knows with natural gas? It's pretty wet and wild. Actually, I used to know a girl like that. Anyway, this is what you're watching today. It's 4.10 here, and then watch that 430 if you can keep rallying up here. Now, on the downside here, basically, today's low here, you had that 4 flat. Okay, so we can come over here at that 387 level. We have, and then they had that 50-day at 3.83 level. Okay, so this is going to be your big target on the downside. 8-day would be big target there on the upside. Now, you can see here, we had this negative divergence going on here, okay? See that right there? It's unlike the Bitcoin, okay? So we had that high, and then we had a higher high, but we had a lower high here. So we had the negative divergence going on here, which is really the first sign. And then you add that with the topping tail, that tells you that you got to do short ski, okay? Now, we're sitting here at 52. That's really pretty much, you can go either direction. But if you look at this here now, this green actually crossed below that red. Okay, so that you got to remember, keep your eye on that, because a lot of times here when this crossed that red, okay, what happened? And then this is what happened. Okay, so you might get a rally back up here, and this can swoop back up here. Don't get me wrong, but always look at these tails. Okay, negative divergence, topping tails. Okay, the green crosses over the red, shows you momentum to the downside. So always watch those tails here. Gives you a little bit of an edge on the old trading. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here midday trading. We'll take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas, and then we'll see what else is going to be going on here. There's always some couple, three trades, and we'll have at least two of them that we'll throw up on the old chart. But just remember, watch that PPI number. That could be a market mover in either direction. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.